Okay, so we are back. Me, it's been about half an hour since I did the previous video, and I've flown over to the closest system that sells what's it called? The command centers. Now, these are seeded by NPCs, but you can, if you are clever, go and buy them from NPCs and then go sell them in other systems throughout the universe. It's a great way to make money in nullsec because no one else can buy them. Or rather, you can't buy them from NPCs out in nullsec because there are no NPCs. But you can seed it, and as long as you sell it for more than 81k, technically you can make a profit. So I need to get a few of these different ones. So I need to grab a Baron. Gas, lava, oceanic, and plasma. Oceanic. And now I've got all of these. I now need to go find a system nearby that's got them. So I'm going to head back to Bill. Whilst I'm in Bill, I will see what's closest. I don't know what I'm going to do about tax, because I'm going to try and do as much launching and minimize player cooperation. I don't want to use their customs sites because it just doesn't feel very Ironman. But there will be one planet where we won't have a choice, and that'll be the one where I need to reduce robotics. So I need a Baron that. Oh, you know what would help? You know what would help so much? Putting them aside. Okay, but I need to find a system that's got close to all 5 of those. Now, plasma is the rare one, the hard one. See how it goes. Right, I shall leave you guys to it, and I will see you when I get to Beale. Okay, and we're moving over to full screen now. So let's change that over to web tools. So we are in. Around before. So we're currently in Beale. In Beale, we've got a lava planet, a few others. We need more than just the lava planets, and try to get out a high sec. Low sec is okay. Null sec or wormholes are the better ones. Right. Aleral first, though. So for Aleral, we've got a lava planet, but not many of the others. So let's go back to Beale. Oh, what about Ruth's? No plasma there. Onions. Okay. Ooh. 1, 2, 3. Gas. And ice. Base heavy. Interesting. So Atlanins might be our best bet. Okay. Alright, and so then we just go back to the game, confirm this information. If we go to Beale, Jason Systems, Atlanins, orbital bodies. We've got a storm planet, they've got plasma, lava, gas, real. Ice, no. Ice, no. So, but they've got Baron, sorry, they've got plasma, gas, and that one. If you have a look in Beale, actually. Got Baron. Just a Baron. And Upin. Baron, Oceanic. So if we go to, there'll be a few jumps around, but you can control it from pretty far. You just need to go there to pick it up. But if we do Atlanins and Upin, oh, is there a better one? It's next to Atlanins. Lerablomps. Just need a Baron and a water. Or an ocean. Baron, gas. Torrent. Okay. So a lot of lava planet. it looks like that's it. So Upheen and Atlanans. Okay. So I'm going to go to those planets and start setting up, I suppose. But that's pretty much it. You find the planets you want. In a perfect world, I'd have found one that's got together. But I can do like a couple jumps. That's fine. Right. I will be back with you when I get to those systems. Okay, we are in planet... Not planet. We're in Atlanans, and we are heading to planet 2. Now, you don't need to be at the planets to do planetary industry. You just need to... Or planetary interaction. You just need to be in the solar system undocked. I'm just doing it so I can have a nice pretty background whilst I'm doing this. It's the customs center. And there is the planet. Now, just for interest's sake, if you click on the planetary center, you'll find out what the tax is. Now, 15% is pretty high. I'm only going to interact with the customs office on the barren planet. Just to, again, minimize my interaction with my players. Nullsec, lowsec can be variable, as can wormhole space. Just be mindful that you pay attention to that number before you do anything, because if it's a stupid number, just ignore it. I think 15% is pretty dumb, but it is. Okay. So we are going to want to click onto Atlantis 2, go into View Planetary Industry. We're going to want to build our center, but we're going to want to scan first. So we can only see some parts because of how the filters are set. So we're just going to drag them a bit down so it's a bit easier. We can see those hotspots. The hotspot is where these white things are. That's just the higher concentration of that material that we're looking for. So we're going to be trying to build on our planet. We're going to be building. Is it mechanical parts? Yeah, mechanical parts. No, sorry, it's enriched uranium and... I think it's just enriched uranium. Yeah, so let's set it up for enriched uranium. So for enriched uranium, we need heavy metals and noble metals. We are also going to need coolant. Where is it? Yeah, no. So for coolant, we're going to need not coolant. Sorry, in mechanical parts. That's it. Mechanical parts. We're going to need base and noble metals. So base and noble, kind of close to each other, so that hotspot. So if I stick it base down here, I'm going to put my command center down there, somewhat central. That launched. Now I can start building things. Now I'm going to probably want to upgrade this. I don't want to waste too much money. To get to level 5 is 4 million ISK. I can get away with 1.5. We'll see how that works. But you can see how the different power outputs and CPU outputs are affected by it. Let's go to try and get away with just level 3 for now. See what happens. So we want to build a tractor control unit here. Another one. Back to base. Not going to be doing a launch pad, which is good in one way because it is our CPU storage facility. They're also cheaper. Build a road. And we're going to need some industry. 2. $2 million-esque. Want this one to be hunting for, I believe someone's looking for the, yeah. So 1, 2, 4. Stick that. So when you plant the extractor control unit, you can then place extractor heads. Each of the heads require additional power grid. You then set your program duration. I usually go for a day. As you increase it to a day, 1 day and 45 minutes is sort of the maximum you can stick around with with only a 15-minute cycle time. Just make sure they don't overlap. I'm going to start off with that 15. I'll start off with that, so start extraction. Then you want to click products. So I'm getting my noble metals. I'm going to move my noble metals to over here, create route. Go to my next extractor head. I'm going to go for base metals. Now, because this one is much brighter, I should be able to get even more from it. It's fine because I can't. That, so let's go 1, 2. Same. Put that up to a day and a bit. Not overlapping. Click start extraction. Submit. But let's make sure. So you see how that's got a red circle around it. That means that mining is currently getting just like shot out and lost. So we need to make sure that it goes to our storage center. We're putting it into this storage center to act as sort of like an overflow buffer. It'll take a long time to fill up. After I've got a couple of cycles inside of there, I'm then going to set up the factories. So I will see you in about 15 minutes. Okay, you might notice that I'm warping back as I return ready to do the next stage. And that's because I found that the oceanic planet was actually not a great choice. And oh no! I flew off and bought another oceanic. I meant to buy a bloody ice. I meant to buy another ice one. Alright, let's buy that. Let's jettison that. And never, ever, ever talk about that ever again. So, I can't believe it. Oh, wow. Set destination. Fuming. Absolutely fuming. Okay, so whilst I go and go do that again, let's just quickly do this. Alright, so we've now got our 2 factories ready to receive some resources. So we're just going to start off by producing. So this first one is going to. Yes, actually these first 2. So one is going to produce precious metals. We're going to click products and we're going to do that. And one is going to produce reactive metal. Split. Reason. Send both to go. So this one's going. This one. This one will take a little while longer because it hasn't quite got everything it needs to start one load. So I will need to upgrade you. Level 4, sorry. So these need to be Build a plasma. Build an advanced industrial facility. Build 2 basic. Basic. Want to get a chance, I'll increase them, but add the roads. Click submit. We'll wait for those to be done. So these first 2 factories, they're going to be refining the raw materials on the planet, the P0 into P1. Then this one is going to be producing our P2 materials, so all the stuff we need from this planet to just mine whatever. And then send it off. We'll be launching it from the command center, but we'll be dealing with that later. That's the very, very basics of planetary industry. I'm just gonna... This is not a optimum setup. This is just a setup that is minimizing ISK spend, but also is not using command centers. You would be using, instead of a storage center, you'd be using a planetary launchpad or a plasma launchpad, because they take up the same power grid. It's just this CPU that's an issue. But as you can see on here, we are not hurting for CPU. It's only when you're on the factory planets you start hurting for CPU, because they just require so much CPU compared to all of the basic stuff. Right, so that's that. I'm going to go get that ice pad and never ever think about the goddamn failures of the ocean planet. Right, I will leave you guys to it for now. Okay, we have connected the ice command center and we shoot it. I'm just going to be a little bit dumb and go into low sec. Because for the barren planet in this system, the tax is ridiculous. You can supposedly ask them nicely and they'll lower it, but I don't do that. So we have the Baron here. Planetary industry. It's nice. Maybe I should use this one for a few more. Oh well. Anyway, so Baron, customs office, show info. Only 10% for this one, so that's what we're going to burn back to the gate. Have a look at both of them. It's slightly better. Just want to yeah, easy. Build center here. Submit. Be another one that I'm going to need black for, I believe. Oh, 20 mil ESC today. Such a pain. Scan. Together. This one I am going to be using a launch pad because I am going to need to get off the planet instead of a storage facility. that is the majority of them all sort of set up. Just gonna let them run for a day, and then I will harvest all the materials that are being produced and start looking at what kind of production yield I'm aiming at. Now this is all very low productivity. If I was going to be doing it specialized, I'm just producing such a wide variety of stuff. It'd be instead, firstly, I'd have 3 characters doing this. If I was going to be using PI to produce anything of use, I'd be having 3 characters, each one specializing and only having one of them doing the high tier manufacturing. But I'm not in that instance here. Doing it on my own. This is a weird way of doing it, but I sort of chill. Today was chill. Right, I will update you on the fruits of my labor. Okay, we've got more time now. Has passed, and it's time to start the next stage of the PI. Now that I've got enough of these different raw materials, I can start refining them. So it'll be the same on all the different planets. First thing you'll need to do is click on your factories, choose what you want to make. So one of these is going to be making water. Output that to I'm going to output it to there. Another one's going to make bacteria. Put it there as well. And the other one is plank proteins. Yeah. Correct one. Not that one. Oh yeah, biomass. That's what I was after. Great root. Now you sort of do reverse. Click on here. So water was this one. Double click. So double click on microorganisms. Click on the factory that requires the microorganisms. Blank tick. Requires it. Click submit. You'll notice that it'll always have one on the go and one sort of stored. So that's why I've waited for them to build up a bit so they can have enough to allow me to send it through. It's less of an issue on this planet because I've only got one of each factory, so they're not going to be fighting for different resources. But if I go on to another one, like this one here, there's a few different factories. So if I click here, maybe I'll change it to just again set the schematics on reactive metals, and they're going there apparently. Precious metals, and they're going there. Start off with the wrong one. Noble. Noble. Submit. This is going to be making toxic and precious. We're talking about mechanical parts, so we're after reactive and precious. So we're going to install that. Output is going to be the PCU. Then we need to feed it the inputs. The next one. Submit. And now it's going to start producing those. Fantastic. And then just sort of like do that with all the others. Okay, before I forget, there's one last one as well. I hope you don't die during this. So now that I've got all of these resources been produced, so we've got the precious metals and the reactive metals, we just go to here, precious, create root, reactive, create root, submit, make sure that's going somewhere. It is, we want it to go to let's go, fantastic. And that is all of them done. I just need to... It's going to annoy me until this is not red anymore. But I'll need to wait for some... not mechanical parts. I'll need to wait for some consumer electronics to be produced, which will be in a little while. And then I can start moving them over and start building. I don't need much of all of it. It's only for fuel blocks. But I still need... That's pretty much all the PI done now. I'm just taking advantage of a nice little mining anomaly in a low-sec system and using a Pioneer with drone mining rigs. Puts these up to quite a high amount. I've got good drone mining skills as well, but that's that. This is more for like active mining because you can't be AFK with it. Just get blown up by rats. And low sec I may as well be mining ore. Alright, well I shall leave you guys to it. That's pretty much that one done. Have a fantastic rest of